Okay. Welcome, Pastor David D. Yes,
Hey, good to have you.
yes,
I'm so excited to finally speaking to you.
yes. Welcome to Ezekiel Radio. You are with me, Leseho Mokweni.
Thank you so much, Lesejo. It's an honor to finally be speaking to you. I'm so excited about this interview.
Yes. I was so happy when I heard that we have an interview with you. It's such a great honor. Eh?
Thank you. Thank you. No, the honor is mine. Thank you so much,
Wow,
Ezekiel. Thank you,
wow.
sir.
So Pastor David, who's Pastor David D? Can you just I know
Okay.
that you are well known, but for those who don't know you, can you just give us a background into?
All right. So David E is um, a composer. Okay. So I write
Mm.
songs. I'm a PK. I'm a pastor's kid. Born
Oh,
Mlazi, which is Durban, KZN. Moved to
mm.
Pretoria in '99 to study. Found a wife, settled here, and then yeah, I became a pastor in 2008. So I've been
Oh,
pastor for over 10 years now. And then I'm very passionate about raising leaders and then writing songs, of course. I write songs.
mm.
So basically, I do three things: I write
Yeah.
songs, and I write books, I
Mm.
speak, and then, of course, I sing. So that's mainly
Oh,
what I'm passionate about.
wow. That's great. Well, that's good. I'm interested in this PK, being a pastor's kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. But I've realized that most of pastors' kids do not necessarily follow in their father's footsteps. How is that? Is there
Well,
is
I
there
think it's,
something is there something peculiar about being a child of a pastor? How is the experience like?
I don't really think it's necessarily true that they don't follow their parents' footstep, but I think um, some of the setup, some of the churches, they don't allow young people to really flourish and do church the way that the way they see it. I mean, as a young person, as I said, I'm a pastor. I'm totally different from my father. You know,
Mm,
you see from the music videos that I approach gospel in an urban way and want to reach young people. So by
mm.
God's grace, I was allowed to rise and be myself, but still preach the gospel. But I
Wow.
think any pastor can have a child as a pastor because it happens in business. Most people who are business people, their children, they like to be business people. So
Mm,
children, they tend to follow what their parents are doing. So if you do
yeah.
ministry and then you allow them, they will also do ministry.
Mm. And
Yeah.
and I'm interested in your journey into becoming your own person as a Christian. I mean, I'm taking that if you grow up in a Christian family, there's a time when you are just a Christian just because your parents are Christians, and there comes a
Yeah.
time where now you come into your own. So now,
Of
I mean,
course.
when did you now started believing that this is my calling, this is what I want to do with my life?
Well, I guess God used the things that I liked. I liked music, so when I want to connect with God, I'll probably sing, and then that's where I connect with worship a lot. So
Mm.
music was more like a hook for me that brought me
Yeah.
to God. And of course, I grew
Wow.
up going to church, but I had to have a personal relationship with God. And that personal relationship with God, it only happened when I discover what I like, which is I liked music. I like expressing myself. So then that's where my relationship with God began. I gave my life to God, and then I decided that I'm gonna sing for the rest of my life, which means this will be my career. And then from
Mm.
there, I had to decide: do I want to sing secular music, or do I want to sing gospel music? Then my relationship
Mm.
with God was more stronger because I felt like I wanted to share my testimony and my journey with God and the things that I've experienced, with the whole world. So I guess my calling was connected to my skill. So anyone who can discover their skill, being that it's talking, is business, or your skill is playing sports. But
Mm.
imagine if, as you do that, you can then allow God to be part of that. Then it's easy to become a pastor. It's easy to become a preacher because I just continue to sing. I don't. There's nothing has changed. I'm still the same person that I was when I started my journey in terms of music. I love singing. I'm still preaching, and I still love singing. It's just that now I'm more intentional about my music now.
Wow, wow. I love those kind of preachers who can sing, you know. I wish one day I can just I wish I can attend one of your services, you know. I'm sure the church is quite really enjoys church. I mean, before you preach, then you can sing. Yeah,
It's
okay.
not
So
quite.
not
Yeah.
not quite.
No, no, not quite, not quite. It's just church. Church is church. It's like somebody who say, I've been married for 17 years. So if you ask my wife, oh, so does it sing for you? No, marriage is marriage. It's not performance. It's not stage. So
Mm, mm.
if you're a comedian, I doubt that you are. You're always sharing jokes. You have to be a father, and at church,
Yeah.
I need to be a pastor. I need to be a pastor, and I don't have to be a singer. Of course, it's a pressure for music team because they have to sing better because now the pastor knows when you are making a mistake, and I know
Yeah.
what you can do to fix the mistake.
Yeah, no, that's quite a pressure. So now your journey from KZN to Gauteng, how did that come about?
Okay, so I came here in 1999 to finish my studies. I was doing grade 11, then I went to grade 12. Then I just wanted to stay here and be this side. I was hoping to get into a university here, and then I kind of like found a peace job. But music began when I
Yeah.
when I was in Pretoria, so that's where I had opportunities to perform. My first show, I mean, I was in a boy band, so our first concert was in State Theatre in the year 2000. And I
Wow.
remember we had filled up the Opera Theatre. It's one of the largest theatres, the State Theatre. So that is where my journey began. So it was not easy for me to go back to KZN now because
Mm,
I
mm,
discovered
mm.
music. I just finished school and I happened to meet my wife then. My relationship with God was growing strong. Then I just stayed here. I continued to serve at church. And then in 2006, I started my solo career in Pretoria. So that is because I got married in 2004. So 3 years later, I started like my full solo career. Then I was a Pretoria boy. Since then it has never changed. So when I go to KZN, it's basically visiting. It's my city of birth, but really my home city now is Pretoria.
Yeah, wow, wow. So now then you are in Gauteng, and then you meet your wife. So now tell me, because sometimes when you have a vision, um it gets derailed, especially when you marry, So how did you make sure that you are getting somebody who's gonna be behind your vision and you are singing from the same tune?
Okay. I think also that saying that probably the vision can be derailed, it's also a myth because that is not necessarily happening all the time. My vision was accelerated when I met my wife. I think the
Wow.
most important thing maybe is how you meet because when we met, we
And
became
where and
friends
maybe
first.
where you meet again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm not so superstitious about where. I mean, if I was in USA, I probably would have married somebody from that side. So if I
Okay.
was in KZN, I would have married a Zulu girl from KZN. So I think
Yeah.
wherever you are, what's important is how you build your relationship from the beginning. So we started as friends. So friendship, it's easier for me to be myself. So she know that I like to spend time in the rehearsal. I like to travel. I like movies. I'm a
Wow.
very energetic person. So
Ah,
I did not have to pretend. I did not have to pretend from day one. So I
yeah.
also I know who she was. She didn't have to pretend. So when we went for movies, I'll just make it a typical example. When we went for movies, and then I see that, okay, here's Rambo, and then she wants to see a movie with probably the flowers, and
Yeah.
I'll say, go watch your movie, I'll go watch Rambo. We'll meet after
Wow.
after after the movie because we're
Yeah.
friends. Then it kind of worked. So she knew that I like soccer, I like action movies, or whatever it is. Then it never delayed my career. In fact, when we got married, she's the one who pushed that you need to go further into solo career, even in ministry. She kept on saying, you're a pastor. And then, so I think it really, it worked for me. And I'm so excited that God allowed me to meet a person like her. Of course, if I'd
Wow.
met a wrong woman, I will not be a preacher. I will not
Yeah.
be an author. I will not be a
Yeah.
singer. I'll probably
Yeah.
just be a very sad guy somewhere.
Wow. Wow. You are indeed blessed. So now, into your music writing. Have you always been a writer, and how does these songs come to you? Like, I've always been interested in that. To know that, how do you mix the words with the melody? How does it all come together?
It's a great question. Songs or anything. In fact, I wrote a book before I wrote a song. So
Mm,
I guess I've been writing for a long time. It's just that a song, it gets the applause much quicker than a book. So in 5 minutes, people are clapping for you. With a book, it takes almost 6 months to write a book. And then for people to read it, it takes a while. You might get a response
yeah,
a year later that your book helped me.
yeah.
So to write,
That's a good point you are making.
yeah. So
Yeah,
to write a song, basically what you need is your emotions and you need to express them. So with the song, if I'm feeling something, I'm feeling happy, then there'll be a happy melody in me. Da, 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 da. And that's like a
mm,
happy melody. I'm feeling something. Then words will come based on my understanding of my feeling, being that I'm feeling happy or feeling sad. So when I wrote the song, oh,
mm,
Kizio Yami, Ikwele Wena. So you could tell that I was in a journey of being in love, and I was so
yeah,
full of God,
yeah.
and I didn't want to trade him for anything. So the melody came right there. Da, 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 da,
Ah,
da. So that I had to put the words on that. Then I think feelings and expressing your feelings go a long way when you're writing a song. Of
yeah,
course, you need the right producers. Producers are people who basically help you finish or complete the song by in terms of the sound. I might
mm,
just have a sound and the bass might go do. That is just what I have in my head. But a
mm,
producer is the one who actually, or a music director is the one
yeah,
who tells the bass, "Can you try like that? Do
mm,
like you're saying," and then the
mm,
song comes out complete. So
mm,
basically, it's your emotions and then your expression of your emotions. A bit
yeah,
opposite when you're writing books, because the books it needs a bit of knowledge, so which means you have to do research, and then
yeah,
you have to
yeah.
be quiet in order to
Mm,
listen to your thoughts, and then you express them by writing. With
yeah,
music, you don't have to be quiet. You need to be loud and you need to be expressive, and then
yeah.
it's quite opposite, but it's fun, very fun.
So now, do you also musicians have sort of like a writer's block and the way like book writers do, where you feel
Well,
like what you'd love, you'd be having pressure to produce music because maybe your followers want a follow-up CD and really you are
of
not in the
course,
right headspace and nothing's coming to mind.
of course. I think
Hmm.
with music, it's more pressure than books. We have very few African, um, what can I say, African successful authors, or should I
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
South African, successful authors. Why is that? Because when it comes to books, the highest selling book with female is Harry Potter. The lady who wrote Harry Potter. That's the
Hmm.
highest selling or the most successful author. So when you look in South Africa, you hardly pinpoint who are the best, authors who have written books. So there's not much pressure when it comes to books. But
Yeah.
when it comes to writing songs, if you have a
Mm.
hit song, everybody wants a hit song. You know,
Yeah.
if you have written, I mean, lately we've got Moyo, you know, Silawule Moyo
Mm.
Ingcwele.
Yes.
Everybody wants that type of a song now, and it's not easy to compose a similar song.
Yeah. Okay, we have a few comments here. Let me see. Let's read, Pastor. We have Tula Sefina. She says, "In the start, life was all nice with my family till when my best friend visited us. My husband was so okay. Okay, I don't think it's it's for this show. Okay, we also have Shanna McGuire from the USA. She's saying blessings from the USA. Yes. So now, men of God, I'm interested also now in the upcoming event. How did you get to be involved with the event on Saturday?
Okay, on Saturday. So we've got an event on Saturday in Pretoria North, Wonder Park, Healing the
Hmm.
Nations. So this is the church of my pastor, so Apostle Amos Raphael. He's the pastor who ordained me in ministry. So he's
Amen.
my father in the faith. He's my father in the faith. So we have an event. It's basically a family day out. It's just to have fun. Come and braai, come and enjoy good music. So I mean, he knows I'm passionate about soul winning. So he wanted
Mm.
me to be involved in basically coming and singing and winning souls. So for me, I'm not a guest more than just its family. I often, when there's events, I'm there. So this is the first
Wow.
kind we're going to do it outdoor. We're going to be outside because of social distancing and we want
Yeah.
everybody to be safe. So we're going to be on outdoor. It's going to be very nice. You don't want to miss it. Saturday, it's going to be in Wonder Park in Pretoria North, Healing the Nations. That's a church, Apostle Raphael,
Amos
Amos,
Raphael. Yes.
Amos Raphael. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. We're starting at 11 o'clock, and then it's going to be great. We've got a good friend of mine, Omega. If you have not seen Omega sings
Wow.
live,
Wow. Wow.
you're gonna enjoy it. He's super humble, super talented, and he knows how to connect with the crowd very well. So we look forward to have a good time on Saturday. I cannot wait, especially when it comes to Vors and the food. I cannot wait because good
and,
music
and,
and
and
good food.
yeah, and what was the idea behind this event, healing the nation?
All right. So I think the event, well, this event basically it's about family. So
Yeah.
family, we want people to bring their children. There's even a car wash there. So if you want to wash your car can be washed on the other side while you're
Wow.
having braai on the other side while the
Mm.
music is going on. So we want to bring the family to come to church. After this, I mean, as we are facing this pandemic, many people they've been shy and afraid to go back to church. So we say,
Yes.
come, enjoy yourself. You know, we're gonna have all the measures of COVID-19 will be ahead to, and then you don't want to miss it. Basically, it's gonna be just a revival because it's what we're looking for, somebody to be
Yeah.
revived.
Yeah, and I mean, as we are speaking about Omega, I also saw your videos. Wow, wow, wow! They are great. You are a great singer,
Thank
and like I mean, even the professionalism on your videos, and I was interested. How did you get all that? I mean, like the standard is so high. How did you manage that?
well, great teamwork, I guess. There are great people that are working with us. Of course, it's quite expensive to do some of the production that we do. So you need to sort of plan it very well, and then and get a great team. You know, I've got a great team. I've got a great executive producer that I work with from Devon, Simone Lombata. My wife is
Wow,
the executive producer, so she's
your
the
wife.
brain
Wow.
behind some of yes. So she's the brain behind some of the ideas that we have. And then
Yeah.
I got a great producer. I mean, Joseph Makola, he's the one who produces almost every biggest artist from Pastor Benjamin Dube to Dr. Dumi to everyone. He's a great producer, so he's the one who produces our music. So that's why it sounds so good and solid. So yeah, I've got an awesome team, and I'm very excited, to work with them.
Wow, wow, that's so great. That's so great. I mean, like I was mind blown. I mean, by just seeing your
Wow.
DVD and just the standard. You know, you earlier on you were talking about South African writers and how the level of competitiveness that we
Yeah.
have in the country as opposed to what the international community is producing. And I must say that what I've seen, I mean, like it's just it was just good. It was just
Thank
good,
you
and
so much.
yes, and really, God bless you, my
Wow.
good
Thank you so
pastor.
much.
Yeah,
Thank you
so
so much. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it.
yeah, so we are really looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. And are there any last words that you'd like to share with us? Any
Well, I want to
information?
say, well, if you want our music, please go to YouTube. You see our videos as you have talked about it, which they are great videos on YouTube. David Deesa. David Deesa. So that's my name. I'm available on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. I'm everywhere. David Deesa. Please follow us, like our page, and then of course our music is available on all online stores, from Apple
Mm,
Music to Amazon to Deezer to Spotify. Please follow us and check the music and listen to our album. If you like what you hear, please drop a message, subscribe, or like, or share. One of the ways that we can, if we want to spread the gospel or want to just spread the talent that we have in South Africa, what you heard on YouTube, it only
mm.
takes you to press one button. If you press that
Subscribe.
button and subscribe, all your followers get to enjoy what you enjoy. But I think we have not been taught this thing of South Africa, of supporting one another as
Yeah,
Africans. We do
yeah,
less of it. I wish we were doing more of it. And just like you have interviewed me now, it's a great support because I've got to speak to so many people who are watching live, and people who are following you and who are following the
yeah,
station.
yeah,
So for me, I would say my last word: let's continue to support one another. Here's a radio station. Let's continue to support and follow and listen, and then buy South African music. By all means,
yeah,
if you can, buy it or stream it, but make sure that you talk about it.
yeah,
At least you can do is to share that I've met or I've heard a good song, and let other
yeah.
people hear it.
No, thank you very much, Pastor D. You have great support in us, and we will be
Thank you
following
so
you.
much.
We will be pushing your music in every corner and at every chance that we get. We really love
Thank you
you
so much,
at
and
the
I
Zambia.
thank you so. And I look forward to see you on Saturday. And please remember to share the posters already on Facebook. Come in numbers. Bring your family. It's going to be great on Saturday.
Thank you very much, Pastor. Thank you very much, Pastor D.
Thank you so much. Thank
Okay.
you.